Hello everybody, welcome. Candy Cane Cooper here, International Animal Communicator with my live video blog here on Facebook, number 5. And you can tell that we've been in quarantine this many weeks because, well, just look at my roots. Shocking, I'm not a natural blonde. Hi Jonah. So let's get started. We have a lot of great questions to cover today. Hi Caitlyn, I'm going to answer your question today too. And feel free to chime in, hi Nevi, with your immediate questions. I'll try to answer them. I'm watching my other screen right now, trying to do everything at one time. But let's get started with our first question today. Okay, hi Cassie. First, a little update for all of you that you were worrying about little Pikey, the little cat that was lost up in Turlock, California, and we tracked him. And we couldn't get him to go into the trap, but finally he did. So it's just great news. Pikey is home safe and sound. You can see some of his pictures on my Facebook page at home. His face is a little scraped up from his ordeal, but I really don't think that he's going to be venturing out the front door again. Hi, Eric. With that being said, also, I just want to send out my love to little Angel Maverick that I helped escort over the Rainbow Bridge a few days ago. A beautiful little cat. So let's get started with our first question. Again, Nora, she's in here with a lot of stuff. She's been working hard with her horse in Arizona. And she says now that she's been working with Chance to tie at the hitching post. Hi, Maya. We have our friends here from, Nora, I'm talking about you right now, from Israel. Anyway, so she's been working with her mind and she got him to finally put his feet on the mat and not be so scared to go up to the hitching post. And I know a lot of you equestrians deal with this problem. It's very, very common not being able to get your horse to tie at the hitching post. And what I wanted to say was, the first step is to keep on going. I don't want you to stop, Nora. You're on the right track. And little by little, as you bring him closer and closer to the hitching post, then you can work with just putting the rope around it. Hi, Amelia. Not tying, then, making another, wrap it around 2 times, 3 times, letting him know that it's there, but he can also get free if he needs to. And for those of you that don't have horses, you might be wondering what this is all about. And it's where the horse is wearing a halter around their face. Hi, Christine. Hi, Bonnie. My sis is on. Hi, sis. And then you tie them to a post, a pole, cross ties, and it can be pretty freaky. I mean, just think about it. If your head is tied, you cannot move. And then, of course, something happens to scare you. Or you might have had a bad experience while you were tied. Hi, Mark. A lot of abuse happens, unfortunately, when a horse is tied up and can't move, because that's when some humans like to go in and do their thing, and it isn't always positive. So you have to remember when you're dealing with this, it's some type of PTSD from a previous situation, something that happened in your animal's past. Otherwise, why would they be afraid to go to the hitching post? So with that in mind, always work with that in the forefront. And just keep on going step by step by step. An old-fashioned, old-school cowboy way, people would take the horse if it was not behaving or naughty. Hi, Julie. Hi, Shell Marie. Hi, Leaf. And tie it for hours and walk away. Can you imagine what this would do mentally to the animal? Some of you have heard of a dead broke horse. Well, right, because the horse is mentally dead, has no thoughts anymore. It's just broken. And it's one of the cruelest things that you can do to an animal. Any good trainer knows that that's not the way to train, especially a large animal like a horse. But I do feel personally that a lot of people are afraid, even trainers. Hi, Fiocchi. And they want to dominate. And this is the way that they kind of hide their fear. Hi, Claire. Hope I'm not making too many enemies out here, but all you good trainers know what I'm talking about. It's a reverse. And I think that that type of fear-based training is pretty much cruelty at its highest form. That is just the sickest thing that I see take place. And a terrible, terrible, terrible practice. So I'm hoping that one day people that follow that type of path will see the light and go to the light side of working with their animals. Hi, Annette. Okay, so moving on, Jennifer in California wants to know, she says her dog is always growling now, and she took it to the vet and they can't find anything wrong with her. So she's wondering, what is the story here? Hi, Ira. Well, yes, it's always good to take your animal to the vet first to see if there's something physically wrong, because growling could be pain, that's for sure. But also, what I want you to do is I want you to question the situation. You're welcome, Nora. Keep up the good work with Chance. I want you to question what's going on in your world with your animal. Look inside of yourself. What has changed? Hi, Lindsay. Hi, Heather. What has changed in your world? Has something changed at home? Are you stressed out? Are you having emotional issues right now? Have you suffered a divorce? Has someone else moved in? All of these can be affecting your animal in a personal way. And I know sometimes we don't think about that. Hi, Tammy, because we think the animals are just always so easygoing and just hearts full of love, which they are, but they do have their own issues too. And all these little things, these outside issues, can affect your animal seriously. So I feel that probably, Jennifer, it's something emotional with your dog. Like I said, we can have a session. Hi, Tracy, my little niece. We can have a session and talk directly to your pet and find out what is going on, the exact issue. But in the meantime, take a look around, and then sometimes it can also be other forces that you haven't really thought about, especially again where if you have your animal in a public area, like a public boarding stable, we're talking about, large animals. The situation there, I have a client where she had a very talkative horse. Hi, baby. And they didn't like it at the barn, and come to find out, every morning the manager would come by and slam the stall gate on the horse and yell at it, quit, and blah, blah, and bang on it. And then all of a sudden, her horse became head shy, and she just didn't fit in at this barn. And my client was trying very hard. There were a lot of rules, and she thought that was good, but unfortunately, the rules only applied to her. I also had another client just last week at a very high-end barn, jealous boarder of her horse and their amazing, amazing accomplishments. Previous owner of her horse came in when nobody was there and cut the horse's mane and tail. She had it braided, can you imagine? And cut it right at the braids. That was a little devastating. But of course, her horse told us who it was. We knew, but these are outside forces that can affect your animal. Even if your animal, sometimes you might put your dog in doggy daycare. Hi, Nicole. And it's a negative situation. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Rajan. Where you think they're having fun. I had a client like that, but then she came to find out that when she took her doggy to daycare, they would put her in a separate room because she really wasn't socializing very well. So her dog was not enjoying that crazy energy at doggy daycare. So again, this all comes full circle to just look around if your dog's behavior has changed. Look at everything that's stimulating it, negative and positive. Maybe write it down, do a checklist, and then also, again, look inside yourself. What have you been going through? Have you been having a hard time? Hi, Mandy. How are you affecting your animal emotionally? Okay, so these are just some things to consider. Didn't mean to go on and on about it, but it's very common and comes up a lot for me. All right, question 3 we have is from Mala, and she is from my YouTube channel, and she wants to know, do the animals have names for us, like mommy and daddy and things like that? Hi, Eric. Well, they do. It's very unique to each animal. Some of them look at us like mommy and daddy. Hi, Chris. Some of us look at us as their babies, where they feel that they take care of us. And I know some of you have animals that are like that, that are your number one protector. It's really sweet. I have one client, they do have nicknames. Her dog was calling her Sunflower, and she told me, well, that's just crazy because I wear a perfume that's supposed to smell like sunflowers. So obviously her animal knew what that smelled like, related it to her, knew what sunflower was, and called her that. I also had the same thing with an animal called her human Rose, and she was also wearing rose perfume. So that was pretty cool. So they feel the same way that we do about them. Hi, Charlie. You might have one animal that is your little baby, another one that you feel more is like your sister or your mini-me. Hi, Anna Marie. Or you might feel like one is your protector. So they look at us the same way that we look at them. There's really no difference at all. Each one is unique and very, very different. Okay, let's look at our next question. Let's see. From Vicky. And if any of you have any questions right now, just go ahead, type it in on your page, and I'll see it, and I'll be glad to answer it for you if we have time. But we're moving pretty quickly today, so this is good. Hi, Danielle, my little sister-in-law. Give my love to Ronnie. Okay, so Vicky in Texas wants to know, oh wait, I hear my little chihuahua. Hold on. Casey, come on in. Come here. Come say hi. Okay, little Casey wants to say hi. Say hello, everybody. And quesadilla. Okay, time to go down. All right. Let's see. Vicky in Texas wants to know if animals from the other side can come back to help the other animals cross over. Yes, absolutely. They do this all the time. And it is really surprising. Sometimes I'll be in a session and an animal will come in from nowhere, wasn't expected. And it can be the human's animal from when they were a child, or another one that had recently crossed over, but they don't necessarily have had to spend time with the pet here for them to know each other. See what I'm saying? And if you take a look on my Facebook page, I have an article that just came out a couple days ago where I talk about that exact situation. I was reading for a client of mine, and her older horse had passed away, and a dog from many, many, many years ago showed up in our session. I described it to her, and sure enough, her pet had come back to escort her horse across the Rainbow Bridge. So it was really beautiful, and it was really, really touching. Hi, Ricardo. So yes, they come over all the time. It's a beautiful phenomenon when it happens, and I love reconnecting my clients, especially with like their childhood animals that they hadn't thought about in years, to know that they're still present, watching over them, and very much interested in their life. Hi, Christy. All right, question number 5. Let's see, did I already? Oh, yes. Right. Okay, yes. I'm on question number 5 now from Jenny in Ireland. And she wants, yes, Joanna, I am getting your list, but I'm trying to let other people get their questions in between. So I'll get to you, honey. Don't worry, okay? Jenny in Ireland wanted to know, What was one of my earliest memories of an animal that I loved? Oh, okay. Well, I talked before about, hi Claire. Oh, hold on a second. You just had to put your horse down. I'll come back. Okay, wait, let me get to that one. I'm so sorry about your loss. I am so sorry. She just had to put her horse down after 15 years. Okay. Let me get back to Jenny's question. What was one of my earliest memories of an animal that I loved? Well, I talked about before, I think in my last video, about little Seymour, my first Chihuahua. Here he is. But before I had Seymour, I had a little turtle named Myrtle. And I don't know if any of you remember, these used to be able to buy them at the dime store. I got him at Newberry's. I think it was like 59 cents. And we had the clear plastic trays with the little green palm tree in it that he lived in. And he was one of my very first loves. And he got very sick. And I couldn't believe this is back in the 60s, where pets like this were not cherished. People would just unfortunately like flush them down the toilet if they got sick. And he had got some type of bacteria, and his eyes were closed. He had like a growth over his eyes. And my father was so awesome. Hi, Jim. He took him, I remember, to a specialist, a reptile specialist down in Long Beach. And he spent a lot of money on him, and we set up a big heated tank, and I nurtured him back to health. And that little 59-cent turtle lived many, many, many years. So that was one of my very first memories of an animal that I truly loved, besides Seymour. Let's see, what was your question now, Julie? Her trooper boy takes off every opportunity. We have lots of acres and farmland, but he simply cannot be trusted to go out with us because he's always a runner, and I hate that he is stuck at home with the rest of us when they go out. Okay. Hi, Ariana. Oh, my client from Italy. Nice to have you here, darling. I'm going to say, Julie, that would be great to have a session, because what I can do is I can work with him and show him what can happen. He's running because he just doesn't understand the consequences. He's a dog, he's excited, you guys are going out, he wants to go run around and have a good time. But once we explain to him the consequences of what can happen, and I can show him visuals, you can practice this in the meantime if you'd like. Show him visuals of what can happen, like maybe getting hit by a car, maybe running off and not knowing how to get back and being lost, or getting attacked. If you have all that acreage, I don't know if there's a lot of animals on your property, but I'm sure there is. There's a lot of dangers, so we can teach him to stick close to you. But in the meantime, try it yourself, and I'm always here if you want to have another session, okay? All right, so let's see now. Susan McGregor in California wants to know, close this for a second. Hi, Susan, I'm answering your question right now. Her pet passed after 33 years, and she feels guilty that she may have missed something before she passed on. Hi, Mandy. You're welcome, Julie. Mandy wants to know, what are the most interesting species that I communicate with? Okay, I'll answer that in a second. Let me finish Susan's question here. Susan, that's very, very common to feel that way when you lose an animal, questioning yourself. Maybe I should have done this. I always call it the what ifs. What if I did this? What if I did that? And I think it's good. Don't be in denial. Work it through your mind. I mean, I'm not going to say that there might have been signs, that you missed. That could be true. But by the same token, you have to work with what you had at the moment, and what you thought you were doing was the best for your animal's care, I'm sure. I'm not supposed to talk about this right now, but I go into total depth on this subject in my book that's going to be out in June. So definitely I'll send you a copy, and I'm sure it will really, really help you with the situation. But in the meantime, don't beat yourself up about it, but be honest. Like I said, it's okay to question. It's good. It's healthy. Work it through. And again, there might be a few things that you could have done differently that might have made it a more comfortable situation. But I mean, honestly, 33 years, that is a really, really good life for any animal. So again, I'm sure you did everything that you could in her best interest. Okay? So the other question was from, let's see, from Mandy. What are the most interesting animals to communicate with? Oh, well, it just depends, because each one has their own separate and individual personalities. So, I mean, I could find just a little kitty cat being super amazing and interesting, and I could work with a total exotic giraffe, zebra, and their personality really isn't all that exciting. So one of my favorite little stories is one day in my backyard, I was going to reach for some hay in my hay shed, and I went to grab the handle, and I heard this little thing say, "Hey, watch it." And I'm like, who is talking to me? And it was like a little praying mantis. I thought he was a piece of hay on the handle, and he was like, "Hey lady, you almost squished me." And I found him absolutely fascinating, and he came back a few times during the springtime. Sorry about that. Thought I had my phone turned off, and I didn't. Hi Selena, and I gotta tell you, we had some interesting conversations that spring. Hi Mary, hi Selena. So it just depends on the particular animal and their particular personality. Okay, let's see. What does Shirley say? She's not allowed to go see Sonny. Will he forget about me since I'm having their daughter ride him now? Oh, yes, I understand that. Well, hi, Amelia. No, he's not going to forget about you. What I'm going to suggest is that at nighttime, think about him before you go to sleep when you're relaxed. And no, I did have a blonde moment, Nevi. My phone rang through. I thought I turned it off. So one faux pas today on my live blog, but I'm getting better. Anyway, just let him know. Think about him before you go to sleep. Send him your love. We can always again have a session, and all three of us can talk together. But no, they will not. He will not forget you. They do not forget you. Believe me, they remember everything. Like I always say, the good, the bad, and the ugly, but especially the good. All right? Yes, that's for sure. That's for sure. Let's see. I know you don't hear them. I know, darling, but they do hear you. They do hear you. They hear all your thoughts. And that's the most important thing to remember. You know, we talk so much to our animals. I love you, Shirley. It's okay to cry. It's tears of joy. I know. Tears of love. When we communicate with them, and you're using your mind and your emotions and your energy, remember that the animals are used to us just talk at them. And so kind of it's like a white noise when we stand there and we're like, blah, 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 you know? Like think about when you were in school and you weren't really paying attention to the teacher. You were like, yeah. Hi, David, my neighbor. Best pizza in the valley. Rock and roll pizza. Anyway, so remember that. Make it count when you're talking to your animals. Just don't spout out a bunch of words and meaningless conversation. And again, you know, like I always say, use your mind, because it's that much more impressive to them. They know that you're really talking to them and not just at them. That's why I always say, speak with your mind, not with your mouth. It makes a huge difference. So let's see, do we have any other live questions right now? No? Okay, let's see. We'll go on to my last question here that was sent in. And this is from Teresa. in New York, and she wants to know, she said she had her dog in training, and, oh wait, hold on. What are you saying, Shirley? They can hear our mind. Yes, even if you don't speak. It is a much better way to communicate. Use your mind always. Hi, Philip. Oh, my brother-in-law. Nice to see you here, Phil. Love you. Love to the family over there. So her dog was in training, and she feels that it was a fear-based type of training. Hold on, Casey. Now you want to go out. Okay, go on. Oh, no, you want to come up. Hold on. Where are you? Come here. Okay. No crying. She wants to come up and join the party today. Hi, Laura. Anyway, so now she's saying her dog has all this emotional baggage from being trained in this way, which brings up a very good point. I'm coming back around. Oh, I'm glad your dogs are watching, Laura. Hi, puppies. This mentality of they need a leader, the pack leader. I'm sure you're familiar with who that dog trainer is that always is saying that for all these years. I'm going to tell you something. I've never, ever, ever had an animal say to me, I want you to command me and control me, lead me, and tell me what to do. Not true. Hi, Christine. Hi, Erica. They want to be your partner, just in the same way you do. Do you want to be controlled? Do you want someone to come up and tell you what to do? Of course not. That's not the way to have a give and take relationship. So I suggest, Teresa, that we have some sessions and that we can work through and undo what this trainer has done. I have had to undo a lot of training from that fellow that I was talking about, Cesar Millan. Of course, you know who it is. Clients come to me all the time because of his dominant, aggressive type of training. Yes, your animal will respond for a while because it's fear-based, but I'm going to tell you something. It's kind of like a loaded gun. You never know when it's going to backfire, and they're just going to get sick of it, and it's going to flip on you, and it's not going to be a good situation. Hi, Lori. Hi, Robert. So it's something to think about, especially when you are... Hi, Caitlyn. I'm glad your pup is watching me. He's adorable. You never know. And so it's, like I said, it's a dangerous situation. So really, really thoroughly check out who you're having work with your pets. Talk to them about their procedures and what they're going to do, not just look at their ratings, you know, on Yelp or whatever, okay? And make a good decision for them. Hi, Alicia. Nice to have you with us here today. Yes, little Casey says hello. She was crying. I guess she wants to be part of my live blog. And now you're shivering. Okay, what can I say in true Chihuahua style? All right, let's see. What do we have here? What is this question right here? Oh, Maya in Israel wants to know, do all the animals know what they see in the mirror? Oh, that's a great question. Hi, Patti. Some of them do and some of them don't. I had a very, very interesting situation years back with a beautiful German Shepherd. He had some aggressive issues that we were working through, and the owner told me he's always looking in the mirror at himself. But what is he looking at? And when I talked to him, he told me that he saw himself as a bull, a big black bull, beautiful, strong bull. This is his envision of himself. So I guess the animals do kind of do a little visualization like we do with ourselves. I know sometimes when we look in the mirror, we see ourselves a little bit differently, and then we take a picture, we're like, oh God, wait, I don't really look like how I see myself. But he had a very, very positive vision of himself, so that was kind of fascinating. That's for sure. Oh no, Caitlyn, ask me your question again. I wanted to answer it, but somehow it didn't come on my sheet today. I remember you had sent me something, so go ahead and type it in. Let's see if I can see it right now. Hold on. She wants to know, is it possible for animals to see people from the other side? Her pup sits at the end of the bed and stares and growls at the exact same area every night religiously for long periods of time. Yes, absolutely. Hi, Leah. Hi, Monica. They do. You're welcome, Maya. They can see entities or energies that we cannot see. And this comes up a lot of times in my sessions where the animal will tell us, yes, I saw Grandma, or I saw, Trixie, or I saw Lulu, an animal that had been their past housemate. And it's really fascinating. And again, I talk about this. I have some really great stories in my book, so I'm not going to go in depth here because I could talk forever about it, but absolutely. So your pup might be seeing, some type of energy or entity that's coming to visit. And just remember, it's never bad, Caitlyn. It's always, always good. I've never, ever come across a bad entity, especially, on the other side and in our dimension or our reality, okay? So let's see, do we have any more questions before we finish today? All right, very good. So with that being said, I just want to say, oh wait, hold on, Caitlyn, what did you want to say? I never had a pet before my current one, but I live in the neighborhood and my grandmother did before she passed. Oh, wow. Well, it could be your grandma. We just don't know. I had a client that I worked with for a long time with, hi Leslie, with her dog for many years, and then her dog passed over, and now I work with her little potbelly pig. And when we were in session, I was describing vision. Actually, it's on one of my videos. If you guys go on Google, I think it's the one I did with the New York Post. You'll see it that I did for the New York Post. I think it was a year and a half ago. And I'm working with a little pig, Norman, in that video. But it turned out to be her great-grandmother that came into the session that she had never met, but she knew what she looked like, and she told us her name, and it was just, it was really beautiful. Hi, Timo. Thank you for tuning in today. So it was really beautiful for her to reconnect with, well, not reconnect, for her to actually connect with her great-grandma. So yeah, you can see it live. I think we're doing the session live right there in that video. Alrighty, well that is all for today because I have to get back to, yes, this is my quesadilla, my little one. I have to get back to my regular sessions today, so be sure to tune in next week. Same bat channel, same bat time. And also, if you look on my Facebook page, I'm holding a contest. It's just for 1 week, so make sure that you chime in. Just comment below and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll be entered in the contest, and I'm going to pick the winner for a free 30-minute phone session. It's worldwide, so it doesn't matter where you're watching from. We can Skype it or Facebook Messenger, whatever, WhatsApp, whatever works for you. Okay? So make sure you join, and like I said, I'm going to announce the winner next Wednesday morning before my next video blog. So again, until then, remember to talk with your animals with your mind, not your mouth. Peace and love. Okay, say bye, Casey. Bye-bye.